Hello and welcome to Yoga with Julia Wylie. I'm Julia and today we're going to be doing a yoga wake-up stretch for cold mornings. Those cold mornings when the muscles can feel a bit tight and stiff and you want to stretch out and feel really good to start off your day. Let's start off very gently. Sit yourself down with a nice straight spine and just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths here. In and out through the nose. And just let your focus be on your breath and on this moment. Nice deep, long inhales and long, deep exhales. And then drop your chin to your chest. Open your eyes if you had them shut and just gently roll your head around one way. Just gently stretching out the neck, waking up the muscles. Take your time, don't go too far. And then reverse. Keeping the breath nice and long and deep. And then bring both arms up overhead and just stretch one and then the other up towards the ceiling. Reaching up, welcoming in the morning as we wake up our muscles and stretch them out. Feel the stretch all the way down the sides of the body and then reach both arms up. Inhale here. And exhale out your mouth. Let's take another big breath in through the nose as you reach up. And exhale through the mouth. Let go of any tensions. And then take your left arm out to the side, right hand to the ceiling. Reach up and pull back. And then just sink over to that lovely wake up yoga stretch. Breathing nice and deep. Take your right hand onto the knee, other hand behind now. Sit up tall, inhale here, and as you exhale, press into a twist, pushing against your left knee with your hand. Wringing out the spine and enjoying that lovely stretch. And then keep your body in this twist as you bring your head around to look over the front shoulder so we get a lovely stretch. Waking up the side of the neck. And then let's do the other side. So slide your right arm out, left hand comes up, reach long, all the way from the hip to the fingertips and pull back and then sink over to the right into that lovely stretch on the other side. Breathing nice and deep. And then bring your left hand on the knee, other hand behind you. Sit up with a straight spine, inhale. And as you exhale, press around into that twist, stretching out the back, all the kinks from the morning. And then keeping your body in this stretch, bring your head around to look out over the front shoulder this time. Stretching out the side of the neck, all the fluid that builds up overnight. And release. Give yourself a little bit of a shake out and then come over onto hands and knees for our cat-cow, or I like to call it cat and wolf. So have your fingers spread wide, push your fingers into the mat, hold your tummy in nice and firmly and inhale into that cow, or wolf as I call it, like a wolf howling at the moon, and exhale into a cat, rounding the spine up, pushing the belly button up towards the spine. Inhale again, waking up that spine, and exhale into a lovely cat curl, and we'll do that one more time. Inhaling as you look up and exhaling as you look down, bringing your forehead towards your hips as if you're tucking it under. Come back to neutral and then press around so your shoulder is pressing back towards the hip as you look behind you. Puppy dog pose. And then take it to the other side. This is a lovely stretch. Wakening up the spine, we've twisted it up and down, now we're doing side to side. Again, go around to the first side, shoulder towards the hip, enjoying that stretch this morning, and take it to the other side. Back to the center. Now take your knees a little wider, toes touch, big toes touch, take your hips back, walk your hands out, stretch them out long in front of you, walk them out, letting your head rest down on the mat. And breathe here. Enjoy this lovely stretch. And then see if you can lift your head, walk your hands out a little further, shift your weight a bit forward, and then press back down. If you can bring your chin onto the mat here, otherwise your forehead can come down. Enjoy the opening up of the shoulders and the chest. And then walk your hands back underneath the shoulders. Press up into that cat curl variation here and move around any way that feels good, stretching out that spine. And then bring your feet and legs parallel to each other, tuck your toes under and gently press up into our first downward facing dog. You might like to pedal your feet here, waking up the muscles, especially if they're cold. In the cold weather, when we can seize up a little bit. And then press both heels down towards the mat and push the mat away with your fingers, letting your head relax down. And just move your head side to side a few times, letting the weight of the head stretch out your neck. And then walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Hold onto your elbows and let yourself hang down. So you can have your knees straight or a little bit bent, whatever feels right for you this morning. Keeping that breathing lovely and deep. And then bend your knees. We're going to come into a chair pose. So release your hands. Make sure your knees are behind your toes. Reach the arms up and pull them back. The gaze is up between your fingertips here. And then hands come into prayer. We'll do prayer twist. So hook your elbow on the outside of your right knee and press around. Try not to let your knees slide away from each other so they stay parallel. Twist around and look up. And then take it to the other side. So hook the elbow on the outside of the knee, make sure they're parallel, and press into that twist. Arms come back to the center, reach up, chair pose, and then let yourself fall forwards. Bring your hands onto the mat. Straight legs if you can, otherwise slightly bent, and shift your weight forwards as if you're going to go up into a handstand. So you're pressing your hands into the mat, press your fingers down, strengthening them. And then you can either step, walk, or jump back into plank. If you want to jump, keep your weight nice and strong on your hands. I'm looking about here, so imagine a triangle between where your eyes meet and where your hands are. Bend your knees as much as you need to and see if you can jump back with control and hold yourself into this plank. Of course, if you don't want to do the jump back, just walk yourself back. Hold the plank and make sure it's a nice straight one so your hips are not sticking up or sagging down, working on the strength. We're going to take it into a side plank, so you have an option of bringing your knee down if you want, or else come straight over onto the sides of your legs and look up towards the ceiling. You even have an option from here if you want to take up the top leg. Up to you, find your place. And then lower that leg if it was lifted. Come back with control into front plank. Hold it. Shift your weight forward so that your elbows, your knees and your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists and your shoulders are in one straight line. Now we're going to do plank on the other side. So if you can, roll straight over, or else bring your right knee down. Left hand up to the ceiling, and again you have the option if you want to take that top leg up. Hold it, breathe. And lower that top leg if you had it up. Ease yourself back with control into front plank, and we're going to come down to the mat. Again, you have the option of coming to your knees, or else if you can lower very slowly all the way down onto your tummy. Bring the feet down so the tops of the feet rest on the mat, and push yourself up. See how high you can get without the hips coming off the mat. Lifting up through the sternum, press the shoulders back and down, and breathe into this lovely cobra, stretching out the back. And now look behind you towards your feet one way, and breathe, and around the other way, banishing all the cold, stretching out the muscles. Take it back to the center, and then ease back gently into child's pose. Hands out in front. Come down, rest on your forehead, and then walk your fingertips away and stay on the fingertips here, squeezing them as if you were squeezing a ball between your fingers, so working on the muscles. Arms nice and straight, and have your face soft and relaxed. And then come back up, staying on your fingertips. Make sure that you bring your knees underneath the hips, and we're going to do some cat wolf on our fingertips. So inhale as you're looking up here, press the arms into the mat, and again exhale into cat. Push away, lift up through the underside of the body here. Inhale, wolf. Looking up, wolf, howling at the moon. Lift your hips, lift the chest, and exhale again into the cat. Keep squeezing your fingers, strengthening them, and then come back onto your knees and give your wrists a few circles to stretch them out. And let's just flick the fingers open and shut, wriggle them around. Well done. And then come to sitting. So you want your legs out in front of you, sit up tall. See if you can walk your feet forward, leaving your hips behind so that you're really, the hips tilted forward this way. Reach the arms up overhead and stretch here, and then come forwards, reaching out as far as you can without bending your knees here. If they have a slight bend, that's fine. You just have that natural bend that comes under the knees. You don't need to press down so your heels come up. So reach, reach, reach as far as you can get, and then see where you can grab. It might be onto your legs, you might be able to grab your ankles or your feet, and if you're very flexible, you might be able to grab right around your feet. And then look up and stretch the chest forwards as far as you can, and then let yourself round over without forcing the neck. Now, if you're quite stiff this morning, you might not get down quite as far as you would if you're doing it later in the day, but that's fine. Listen to the body. After a few breaths, you might find you've got a little bit more space. You can look up, stretch the chest forwards again, inhale, and exhale. Bring yourself down again. And gently ease yourself up from that left knee. Now bring it over the top of the right leg and sit up tall, and then bring your hand or your arm across that leg, other hand behind. Now try not to sit back like this with a crooked spine, but keep it straight up and down. Inhale and then exhale, twist and look back. Now flex your other foot, push out through the sole of the foot, and enjoy that twist on the spine. And release, and we'll do the other side. So bring your right foot over. If it won't go over the knee, you can always keep it on the inside. Again, sitting up tall, bring your hand or your elbow across. Some people like to do it this way as well. You can also do it that way if it feels better. As long as you're getting a good push on the outside of that knee. Other hand behind, sit up, and on the next exhale, twist back. Now flex your front foot, push out through the sole of the foot, and twist back, lengthening up through the crown of the head, even as you're twisting. And breathe. And gently release. Now bring your legs out, not too wide, and again rolling the hips forwards here. Take your legs not too wide so that you can feel comfortable. Turn to face one leg. Inhale now, stretch out with the chest and walk yourself forward as far as you can go. Listen to your body. Imagine that you were unrolling your body like a yoga mat. So your belly would come down first, and then your chest, and finally your head. So stretching yourself out and let yourself come down. Now if your place is up here, same thing, belly, chest, and then your head, and you would stay here. Listen to your body. What you're looking for is that sensation of stretch. So the difference between a more flexible person and a less flexible person is where the pose ends up, but the way it feels should be the same. A good deep stretch that's not too much. Ease up and take it over to face your other leg. So again, stretching up on the inhale. As you exhale, come down, belly, chest, and then your face finally. Walk yourself out, grab your leg or your foot, wherever you get hold of. Stretching long and ease into it. Slowly come up, and we're going to go to the center, the same thing. So have your legs not too far apart, rolling the hips again forward. Well, the lower hips are back and this part of the waist comes forward, and then start walking yourself out. You might get to about here, and that's enough, and that's your place. If you start getting cramp in your legs, always just bring them in, maybe massage them a tiny bit, and then come back into the pose. So this is the way we come into the pose, just very gently easing yourself forwards and down. Come down as far as feels comfortable for you. You can maybe rest on your forearms, maybe come down a bit further. Just listen to your body. Maybe after a few breaths, your body will drop down lower. So you can have your hands out in front of you if you like. If you want to, you can even hold on to your feet, just whatever works for you. And gently ease up. Now bring the soles of the feet together and press the knees gently out to the side. So bring the feet in close to your body and use your leg strength to stretch your knees down towards the mat without bouncing them around. So just hold and breathe, and then bring yourself forward, bring your chest forward. You can hold on to the front of your feet for this if you like. I find I can really pull on my feet. Some people are much more flexible than me in this pose and can just walk themselves out and bring the head down. So if that's you, go for it. Otherwise, as far as you can, stretch forwards, let your head relax down And breathe into the pose. Our bodies are all different, and one pose could be very easy for somebody else and very difficult for someone, a different person, and then another pose would be the opposite, so don't judge. Knees up. We can go into a boat pose. Bring your arms out, bring the legs up, perhaps with the knees bent, perhaps you can get them straight. If you can get them straight, lift them as high as you can get them. Hold. And then lower the legs down as you take your body down low, and then back up. We're going to do that 5 times, so 4 more. Let's lower, and back, and again. Down, and up. Lowering. How many was that? Was that 4? Let's do 1 more. Down and up. Hold it. And then bend your knees. Hug it in. Well done. We're going to ease our way down to the mat. Come down slowly with control. Bring your knees in. Hug them into your chest. Let yourself rock gently side to side. And then bring the feet down onto the mat with your hips just your knees hip width apart. Push your hips up towards the ceiling as high as you can get them. Squeeze your buttocks in tightly, and then clasp your hands underneath the body and wriggle the shoulder blades underneath, pressing those clasped hands down into your mat as you push up the hips as high as you can. Feet press into the mat. If you can't clasp your hands, just press your hands down into the mat here so that the arm muscles are working. And breathe. Now see if you can shift your weight onto your right leg. Take the left leg up, stretch it, and then bring the foot on the knee, open the hip out to the side. Take that leg back up to the ceiling and lower, and we'll do the other side. So the weight shifts onto your left leg, take the right leg up nice and high, stretch it, then bring the foot on the knee, opening your right knee out to the side, take the leg back up to the ceiling and lower. Press up with the hips, bring your hands behind your head, hold onto your elbows and walk your spine down all the way from the upper spine, middle spine and the lower spine. Hug your knees in, bring your head up if you want to, curl into a little ball and rock side to side if that feels good. I'm going to come back into that bridge. So feet come down again and push your hips up. Now stay here if you like, clasp your hands underneath if you like. Anybody who's ready to take this further into a wheel pose, you can bring your hands and so that the fingers are facing the shoulders, and walk your feet in as close as you can to your body. See if you can come up perhaps onto the top of your head, perhaps you can push right up. And when you're ready to come down, tuck your head under and roll yourself out with control. And then hug your knees in, and again let yourself rock gently from side to side. And now for a gentle twist, drop your legs down and let the knees flop over to one side. Rest here for a moment and breathe. And then take the knees up and let them flop over to the other side. Again, a few nice deep breaths. And then stretch your body out long, making one side longer than the other. Really stretch out all those morning kinks. And the other side, you should be feeling good. Stretch out both sides, fingers one way and your toes in the opposite direction. And then bring your hands by your sides. Close your eyes, just adjust your back any way you like. Take a couple of breaths here. Just letting go. And then very, very gently ease yourself up to sitting all the way without opening your eyes if you can. Come to sit in a cross-legged or other comfortable position with a straight spine. Letting your hands rest on your knees. Palms can be up or down, whatever feels right for you. And just imagine yourself filled up with positive energy on each inhale. And on each exhale, let go of any stress, any tension, any kinks that we've worked out during this class. And drop your chin to the chest. Slowly open your eyes and bring your head back up. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Reach up, inhale, and exhale down. And one more time, reach up, big breath in, and exhale. Namaste everybody. I do hope you've enjoyed this yoga wake up stretch, especially for cold mornings, to wake up and stretch your whole body and set you in the right mood to have a wonderful day ahead. Now please do subscribe to my channel by clicking on the little subscribe button if you haven't already, and then you'll get updated whenever my new videos come out. Please do comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.